kind of just got real windy, dude. Like, it's been really windy out here, man. But
Oh yeah.
like to a point that when it hits like 8 o'clock at night, man, it just gets really chilly, dude. It's like fuck that. It's hard. It's hard to score a rat bite when it's like that, man. When the water's really choppy, it's fucking cold. Because what happens is everything pushes out into the deeper water. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So like normally the way you want to fish a rat is you want to fish it right off the banks, man. You know what I mean?
That's how I've done it always. I know I've been on a
Dude,
boat
I
a
get
couple times, but mostly bank fishing.
yeah.
Like that's definitely one of the most exciting ways is from the bank.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. No, what I mean by bank fishing is like I fish it off the bank. Yeah.
Yeah, like on the
Yeah.
side of it.
Yeah, I don't like to throw it out in front of me because to me it doesn't make any sense to throw a rat way the fuck out. I mean, I'm sure they'll still come up if they're there, but
So what is like mad windy? Like what? Like super big gusts?
yeah, dude, like it's usually pretty warm and hot until it hits about like I want to say about between 7:30. It just kicks up, man. We get bad winds, dude. Like there's been winds every night. Like right now, it's fucking windy, dude. I mean, it's not as windy as it was yesterday, but down by where that pond is, it's like right below the hill. So I'm sure they get a little bit more of a gust coming through there. But
Right.
yeah, it's just right now the fucking and at nighttime it gets cold, man. Here in about another week, when the weekdays are like 90s and
Mhm.
it goes into the evening time like that, is when you start throwing that rat, dude.
You've been getting nice weather though, besides the wind and stuff, huh?
Yeah, for like the last
Couple
no,
days.
I want to say about last week, man, it's been pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Same here. It's like it's super nice. It's not too hot, not too cold, and then either windy or not windy.
yeah, it just gets really windy. That's all right here. Right lately, it's just been getting, and then some overcast will come in, but it doesn't do shit.
So
Fuck, I thought I had.
you got out there. You were throwing the I call that one the mouse, but you were throwing the mouse and stuff.
Yeah, dude, that's my favorite one, dude. That little white, short, white one.
Yeah.
That thing dives, man. And it hits the bottom and just sits there and.
Do you have another colored one too, like a green one or something?
Yeah, I have a green one, but I gotta bore the ass end out a little bit because I can't get a fucking worm to fit in there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, I got that one. I kind of been saving that one just in case I lose the white one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then what? Just
Yeah.
drop shot. What are you throwing on drop shot?
Well, yesterday I caught him on a yum. Yesterday I was using a combination of two different worms. I was using a yum. It was like a fluke, but it has the leaf tail, like a leaf tail.
Like a heart
So you got
or like
yeah, no, it literally looks like a leaf, bro. It's
like a little petal. Okay.
it's a fluke, but at the end of its tail, it's got like a leaf looking paddle.
Okay. Huh.
So what I've been doing is I've been cutting the flukes in half and just using the tail in with the paddle. I've been using that, and there's another one from which one? What's the name of this fucking um Walmart sells them, dude. Fucking it's like a red clear pack. It's a clear pack with red label.
Is there any?
Anyways, I had some like 4 inch like booger brown colored worms,
Yeah.
and they almost look like just straight worms, but they had the ass end of the worm had a little bit of a puffy tail, and
Okay.
I was throwing that on the bottom and then the zoom on top. And fucking dude, I had lost I lost two, hit three, And I was like, man, this is just another night of drop shot repeating itself. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start throwing that rat, dude.
Hmm.
And then the other day I was throwing that Frankenstein prey bait, that paddle tail
What color?
on the huh?
What color?
It's like a red purple.
Okay.
It's a dual color. It's like half red, half purple.
You'd put.
But yeah, huh?
You're not even rigging that with like a Texas hook. Then you're just putting it on a drop shot hook.
No, no, the paddle tail I put on a jig.
Okay.
Jig head, like a
Okay.
yeah, I put on a jig head, like a straight jig hook, like a ball head jig head almost, but it was the ones you get at Walmart, the little white fish head looking ones.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I put that on there, and I was just fishing it like a straight paddle, and then I caught one on there. That rat bite's gonna pick up killer, really killer here pretty soon, dude. If they're already eating on that rat like that, like they're reacting to that rat like that, they'll be eating rats like no time, dude. Probably like 20 fish nights here pretty soon, bro. Just bam, 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 bam.
So
Stupid
how's the
fire bite,
action?
bro.
How's the action on it, or like, what are your tactics that you're running with the mouse?
So here's my opinion about that little mouse, man. Have you ever ran it in deep water?
Not, not really. Like, how deep?
Oh, well, that's my question is how I was gonna ask you how far have you drug it down to, but so here's my opinion on that mouse. That mouse has a fat front bill on the front side of it, correct?
Yeah. Does it go
So
down pretty far, or what?
well, no, well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Uh, like if you're fishing a really, really, really shallow pond,
Yeah.
it's gonna eat the bottom every time, and you're gonna drag the when you catch the bottom. If you're dealing with grass or mud or anything like that, the bill has a tendency to scoop it off the bottom. So when it goes all the way to the bottom. Once it hits the bottom, it starts to bounce across the bottom, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
But when you stop feeling that bounce, it's because the bill has dug either mud or grass up with the bill, and it gets caught right off the front side of the face, and it throws the action of the bait off. So instead of doing this, it goes to this.
Yeah. So you're saying the Bills getting junk caught on it.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know if that's well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
The way the bait to me is designed is it's designed to eat the bottom anyway. So no matter what, it's gonna
Yeah.
eat the bottom. See, that rat is gonna be good here in about a week or two when these fish start spawning, bro.
Yeah. The one I sent
Because
you
because
might have just been a
because
little bit
most
heavy. Go ahead.
yeah, most rats that I have fished with only wake style, and if they do dive, it ain't very far down. It's only like a couple inches.
Yeah, that one should only be going like, if you're cranking it down super hard, it should only be going down like 3 foot max. If it's doing if it's doing more, there's something else wrong with it.
It's going all the way to the bottom, homie.
Or two, I did some I did some that were like uh
I kind of like that though. I like that though. Like I said, when these fish start sitting on beds, that's gonna be key. That rat goes all the way down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you run that shit through a bed, homie, you're gonna get hit every fucking time, bro.
yeah,
Every time, huh?
see if that green one does that same thing, cuz that green one might do like a whole, it might stay up way higher, and just check it out, cuz I might have sent you like a two different things kind of. Uh,
and I still got that giant rat too, man. So I'm about to be fishing that. I was fishing that a little bit last year. I think I got one off of it last year, dude. But
sure.
I'm gonna,
Which one do you? What color do you have? A brown one or gray or?
yeah, you gave me like a light brown one, a big one, dude.
Oh, I'll have to. I remember now, but yeah, I'll have to see. That one should not go down that deep.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It wakes. It wakes, dude. It's right off top. Yeah, dude, for
So
sure. It's
like,
just really heavy. So this year I'm gonna buy me a little bit bigger of a rod just to help pitch it around a little bit.
uh, yeah,
Because like trying to throw that motherfucker, bro, is almost like throwing fucking a brick for real, dude.
so this is what happened with the mouse, dude. So the mouse ended up being. I ended up changing the lip and the screw eyes on the mouse, and I ended up throwing off everything. And then people kept wanting the two-piece version of it, so I kept experimenting too much with it. And then by the time that I threw in the new lips and the new screw eyes into like a little batch that I did, they all ended up like way too different type stuff. So
Yeah,
I don't know what. And I think too, I might have ran some of them when it was like kind of raining, and when it's raining, it's hard to pour resin because the humidity in the air and stuff. So they might have
yeah.
just been wonky.
Yeah, no, I mean it runs pretty good. That's probably the fourth fish I've caught on that lure, bro.
That's the
So whatever
thing too.
movement,
Like that's why I kind of made them too, is because that's really how rats and mice swim, is underneath the water, and then
yeah,
it's kind of like that different presentation. Like, oh, I've never the they're not used to that going down there or whatever. I assume, you know.
yeah, dude. And, well, that's what I'm saying. And then if you think about it, like if you got fish that the fuck,
What?
if you got fish that have beds, they're looking down at the eggs at all times. Even when things are around, they're looking down, dude, to make sure nothing's on top of them eggs. So if you run that rat down on the ground
Uh,
through the fucking around them eggs like that, dude, that's a guaranteed bite, dude. Guaranteed bite, dude.
well, yeah.
Guaranteed bite.
Um, but yeah, it's really not supposed to go down that much. But then I did some of them too, like that were heavier, and they were kind of like a natural buoyancy kind of deal, and they looked really nice in the water. But then when I gave them to people, they kind of like didn't know how to fish them really. And then I like
Well, I do.
the shape
Well,
of the
I do.
body, dude, is like just
I
super
do.
massive.
I do, homie. And I probably have that white one is probably one of those rats because
You think it's the neutral one, the neutral
yeah,
buoyancy one?
because it has a tendency to want to hug the ground,
Uh huh.
and you can tell it's a weight thing. Like it doesn't take much to get it to go down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it floats, but as soon as you crank on it, bro, it wants to dive, homie. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? And normally that's a weight thing. So like the bill shouldn't matter. The bill should make it dive the way it's supposed to, but that weight will make it hug.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Like the one that I was running for a while, like, I used like two of them that I kept for myself, and then one of them worked real good, and then one of them worked pretty decent, and then it would kind of take me like I could just crank them in, and they're like 8 inches, a foot, 2 foot max underneath kind of deal, you know. And then
Yeah.
two, like how's your rod tip? Like, are you doing like
Oh
rod
no,
tip
yeah,
up?
yeah. Oh yeah, no, I know. No, I'm just fishing a really shallow pond, dude.
Or how deep?
Well, I used to think that it was deeper than what I thought, but lately I've been able to get out there around some daylight and I've noticed that it's really not as deep as I thought it was.
How
So,
deep?
I mean, I want to say probably towards the middle of the pond, maybe 5, 6 foot max.
Oh,
Max.
okay.
But then again, I don't know because I haven't seen the whole pond. I haven't been able to walk around there in daylight and see the whole thing. There might be other spots with
Yeah.
deeper holes. You know what I'm saying? Because I know most ponds like that have to have at least one hole that's at least 10 to 15 feet, dude.
Mhm.
And they do that. They do that for like the pumps and shit. You know what I mean? But it's not going to be the whole pond. It's only going to be one little area. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like shallow, is like 2, 4, like 6 foot's kind of like shallow, especially for like a lake per se, or like I would imagine like fish need at least like 20 feet deep to like grow fully, like a full on like fish pond type deal. Um, but then again, there's tons of shallow lakes. Like there's all kinds of shallow, like Clear Lake's a shallow lake. Like the deepest it gets,
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's like 20 foot,
yeah.
22 feet or something. And then you could walk out 200 plus yards, and you probably won't even be in like neck high water.
No,
If
you're
you're
right,
if
dude.
you're
You're right.
if you're like 5'8", 5'10", you're not even gonna be in like neck high.
Yeah, no, you're right, dude.
And that lake's like a really great producing lake. Like um, there's some shallow spots I hit that are really nice.
I love shallow fishing with a rat, dude. I love it, bro. It's
Yeah,
good
that one
fishing.
that one's definitely, it's going a little bit on the deeper side or whatever, for sure.
Yeah, I tried fishing it around a few of the deeper spots that I actually knew about, but no luck, man. Most of the time when I catch luck off of rat fishing, bro, it's usually right down the bank.
Yeah, or just try out that green one too, dude. That green one,
No, yeah, I am. I am. I'm about to pull out some stuff. I've been using that red one you sent me too, dude. I've already caught a couple on that red one.
because the green one you broke the tail off, and then you like quit using it, kind of thing.
Yeah, actually, I put it up, man, because I was like, you know what? I like the color on it, and I was gonna save it for like if I lost the other ones, because I've been using the white and the red one. But but I'm about to pull that green one out because it's got more of a natural color for this pond that I fish. It's just got that green, darker colored tint to it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to pull it out, man. But I don't know. I don't know. I need to get me a new Savage Gear rat, man. The last one I had, I fucking caught so many fish on it, bro. It's fucking tore back, son.
Oh yeah,
Hey, you ever catch so many fish on one rat, the whole rat just looks fucked up?
a little bit. I got a couple, dude. I should post.
Man, dude, that last Savage Gear rat that I was running, bro, I caught so many bass on that rat, bro.
Just give me 1 second, okay? I just gotta
All
go.
right,
I just gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
all right.
My bad, dude.
No, you good, bro. You good, buddy. Man, I just bid this job, man, for 5 grand. I'm hoping I get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get it, man. It'll be it'll be I should have probably bid it for more, but I was trying to make sure I got it. I'm hoping I get it, man.
So what, dude? What do you think your plan or strategy is for this year fishing?
Well, this year fishing. Well, I'm mainly throwing like my main thing right now is drop shot, little swim baits, and then that's just like right now, like Texas rig, weightless, fluke, shit like that. And then it's gonna slowly transition over into like Stinkos, but Texas rig, flukes, frogs and rats, man. I like to throw rats, dude, for like the next month or two, dude. Like I love fishing rats, bro. I love fishing rats. I have so many people ask me, they're like, how do you feel comfortable fishing rats? I'm like, it's just one of my things I'm good at, man. I like fishing them.
The thing with rat baits is they sound super badass to everybody. You know, like people see me out, or I'll run into people and they'll be like, "What are you throwing?" Or I'll show people like baits I make, and they'll be like, "Fish don't eat this." I'm like, "Fish eat this all fucking day."
Yeah.
And then like,
Hey, dude, I get the same shit, bro. I'll catch a fucking monster bass next to somebody, and they'll be like, "What are you using?" I'll show them with the rat in the mouth, and they're like, "They really eat that shit?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bro."
yeah, it's crazy. So it's like it's mad intimidating because the size factor, and then too, it's really one of those things like you have to grind out too, because
Yeah,
not every single fish is like not all the jig fish and all the drop shot fish aren't gonna eat that same rat bait or that mouse bait or things of that nature.
exactly. Yeah,
So
it's a different grind, and it's a different fish you're looking for. Exactly.
definitely,
Yeah, dude, and not everybody understands that. So you're right. And as an angler, once you understand that, then it becomes easy.
yeah, like in a sense, yeah,
Yeah, because you know what, dude? Like, I have people tell me that all the time too. They're like, "Man, I can't throw a rat. I'm not. They tell me that I'm not confident in the bait, and I'm not this." I'm like, you know what, dude? I picked up rat lure fishing. This will be my third year rat lure fishing. That's how new to it I am, bro. But I fucking slay with rats, bro. And I just one day picked it up, started throwing it. When I caught my first one, I was like, okay, they eat them. I threw it again, caught another one. I was like, oh yeah, they're really eating this shit. And then I just got more confident, dude. Just like a drop shot, like
yep,
or a jig, or hey, bro. If you go on my Instagram and go all the way down,
mm,
I have pictures with almost every kind of lure in a fish's mouth, bro. Every kind of lure, bro. I mean, there's probably very few things I know how to fish, man. So you're right. It is an approach, and this is my theologicalness on fishing, bro. Everything works. Everything works. Everything has its time and place.
uh-huh,
What I think what every angler needs to understand is that it's almost like being a samurai. Like they're all warriors, but they all have a style and weapon that they choose to use that
yeah,
sets them apart.
exactly,
So like, yeah, if you just pick your selections that fall within the categories of the times that you're fishing and where you're fishing, how you're fishing,
uh,
and you just get comfortable with those rigs and you use those rigs, man. I
mhm,
hear a lot of people always say like, "Oh, dude, all you know how to do is this, all you know how to do is that." Look, if it's artificial bait fishing and you're catching bass, I don't give a fuck what you're using. I don't really even care. Even if you're using night crawlers, man, I don't give a fuck, dude. Some people do it for the sport. Some people do it just to fish. So if you're catching fish, catch the fish. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you're doing it for sport, yes, of course. As long as you're using something that's artificial, it's all good to me. You could use the same bait every time you go out. If you go out and win championship after championship using nothing but a drop shot, hey, it's legal, and you
yeah,
fucking earn that. You've earned that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like anybody else. If you go out and fucking win it with swim baits, glide baits, rats, then fuck it. You've earned it like anybody else, dude. You know what I mean? It's you're right. It's just a different type of grind, man. So it's just you got to be able to understand that each rig is its own weapon, and you have to put time into understanding that weapon and practicing with that weapon and learning that weapon before you can call yourself a master of that weapon. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
And bass fishing, and to me bass fishing is the same thing as that, like that same metaphorical thought, dude. It's is the same. Like as a bass angler, the more weapons that you have in your arsenal that you've practiced with and that you've mastered makes you more of a chance of a better warrior. You get what I'm saying, dude? It's just
So here's a good one then. How long do you try a new bait, or like when you get a new bait and you're like, oh, this isn't working, and then you go switch
how
to
long do
something.
I how long do I give it before I decide that it doesn't work? Is that what you're
Exactly,
saying?
exactly.
Okay, so here's my golden rule, dude. Here's my golden rule. Here's my golden rule, man. If I buy something or I'm using something that I believe will work and I've never used it before, I will fish with it until I catch a fish.
Yeah,
Now, now, if I've ran, let's say 3 weeks with the same bait and finally I catch a fish,
yeah,
I'll be like this. I'll be like, finally, I caught a fish, but I won't sit on that bait. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be like accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? And I'll let it go. I'll do more research on it. I'll practice it on other days when I'm not really doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's days when I go to the water and I'm focused on. I take 3 rods with me. I take 2 bait casters and a spinning rod at all times.
okay,
On those 3 rods are pre-planned rigs. So everything that I put on there before I go to the pond, my golden rule is I'll run through all of those before I switch anything off of any line. If I don't catch anything on all 3 of those, then I'll switch up, which will normally be on the same rigs, either just different color or different profile. Now, if I'm using like a rat or something like that, then it just depends on the situation. Just depends on the situation. But most times, if I get a new bait, I will use that bait until I catch a fish on it, because I'll make myself learn that rig.
yeah,
So like I don't like just buying baits that I just sit in my tackle box and I've never used before. Everything I have in my box, I've used, I've caught fish on, and if I don't catch fish on them, hold up,
yeah. No worries.
hold up. If I don't catch fish on them, then they don't stay in my box like that. But you know, like if it's something I'm like, hey, you know, this isn't really my thing. Like let's say like this, like a jerk bait, for example.
Yeah, like you just
I'm
don't
not a
feel
big
it.
fan. I'm not a big fan of a jerk bait. It's I know they work,
Mm.
but I've put so much time into trying to master that myself. It's just not my thing. So I've caught a few fish on it, and then I kind of just put it away. I was like, I don't. Jerkbait's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I would rather run a paddle tail or some kind of swim bait. Like if I was gonna run a jerk bait, I'd run a weightless fluke.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah, Blue.
You know what I mean? And I know it's kind of the same thing, but it's really not. They both have different movements. You know what I'm saying? They can both be fished differently. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Well, like I compare them the same because like it's the I classify it as the soft jerk bait. It
Yeah.
it does it does the
Well,
same
see,
thing.
to me, the fluke has more of a glide though. Like when you
Yeah.
run it weightless, if you run it right,
Uh,
it has more of a glide than a jerk. A
yeah.
jerk has got more of like a
And the jerk
movement.
bait does the
A fluke, you can fish a fluke where it'll go.
yeah. A jerk bait is gonna do a lot of that side to side too, and a fluke's just
Yeah.
gonna glide more. Um,
And
yeah,
you know what? A lot of guys that run glide baits, I just feel like that glide action has a lot to do with why they get bit. You know what I'm saying? So like that fluke just imitates a jerk bait, but it also has that glide movement. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Normally, I like I said, like I'll try to catch a fish on a bait. If I don't, If I have a bait and I don't catch any fish on it, which is very rare.